Hello everyone, welcome to today's first episode of Draw With Me podcast. Basically, I'm going to be creating and editing my personal character for every thumbnail and video I create, and on Procreate there is a little place where you can rewatch the time-lapse of your drawing, and I thought to myself, I should be able to make a video with that and utilize that in some way, so I came up with a little mini podcast idea. Basically, while you guys watch the time-lapse, I'll just be discussing whatever it is that comes to mind, and I'm going to try to keep these videos short. I can only shorten the time-lapse to such an extent, so today's video is about 10 minutes long, but without further ado, let's just get right into today's episode. So basically what this character is my little character who's going to be on most of my thumbnails, I'm thinking, and if I make a video for every time I make one, it's just going to be an episode for every video I post, which is a lot. But I'm going to have to tell myself that I'm not allowed to make the podcast episode until I post the actual video, the thumbnail that I was making, if that makes any sense, because it forces me to actually do the hard part, because making this type of video is extremely easy. All I'm doing is putting the time-lapse video into the editing app and then just voicing it over. And personally, I love talking, so it's very enjoyable. Unlike editing and filming and creating this whole little video outside of it. So when I created my intro, I basically drew up my character, and I loved how she looked. And basically then I went and put her into this website. It's like AI, and it animates the photo that you insert. And I was blown away about such a good job it did at making it look animated. I don't personally love the fact that I did that, just because there are so many talented animators out there who can do it for their own job. But I personally don't have that skill, so I had to go and find other resources. But at the end of the animation, her features do change slightly, and one thing that is noticeable is her eyes. Her eyes are a little bit more, they pop more, they're bigger, they look like Disney character eyes a little bit, like reminds me of Rapunzel. And I honestly really liked that, so I tried to copy that here and try to make her eyes a little bit bigger, but I was having some slight issues. Basically, her eyes, before, when I did the original drawing, my inspiration was like shabby chic, fashion girl drawing, like, you know, that kind of thing, and the eyes that I drew with her matched that aesthetic perfectly, because they were very like elegant and soft and like a little mysterious. I don't know how to explain it, so I kind of just wanted to change it up a bit, but I ended up finding what you see right now is the final result, and I really liked it. I think they look great. For the topic at hand today, I've been trying to come up with what topics I'm going to be talking about in these little podcast episodes, and more importantly, what today's is going to be. And I decided on the show that is very much relevant right now and has pretty much everyone conflicted, The Summer I Turned Pretty. Now, I also want your opinions on not only today's episode, but what topics I should talk about for future episodes, because I can talk about anything forever. I just need some ideas, or what you guys want to hear, because I don't want to be talking about some random thing and you're like, this is just so not interesting to me. So let me know what you want to hear. So I guess I just have to say it, because I think it's what everyone's probably going to be wondering if I don't bring it up now. I am personally Team Conrad. And recently, I've just been talking to my friends all the time about, and just sending them huge paragraphs of supporting my side. Most of my friends are also Team Conrad, but I still have to argue it to them, because I just keep thinking of more and more reasons why everybody should be, you know? Starting with my most recent revelation today is that Conrad and Belly, those are the main characters. It is honestly really their story. Jeremiah is a side character, and that's what I've been trying to think of these past few days watching it. Like, I couldn't figure out how to describe how their relationship was so much more significant than Belly's and Jeremiah's, and I figured it out by like seeing someone say the same thing, is that it's their story, because we don't see flashbacks with Jeremiah. We don't see these like emotionally charged items like the infinity necklace and the polar bear. We don't have these like these insanely like creative Easter eggs that are related to Jeremiah and Belly's relationship, it's only with Conrad and Jeremiah, not Conrad and Jeremiah, Conrad and Belly. I just feel like there's such more substantial and established emotions and storyline between the two of them, and like the Easter eggs are on a Taylor Swift level. I've already seen this, like Swifties know this is like the same vibe going on here. And same thing, Conrad and Belly, they get the Taylor Swift music. When Jeremiah proposed, it was playing Benson Boone, and let me tell you, I am a fan of his. I do like his music, but it's not Taylor Swift. It's like, it's different, you know? And if proposing as an apology for cheating is the most pathetic thing I've heard, I don't know what is. And especially the thing that didn't make the most sense to me, I was listening to hear him, like, when he was talking about it and what happened, and I was like, okay, like, I wasn't, like, on his side or anything, but I'm, like, trying to get the grasp of the situation, and then I realized he did it twice. In no way did he bring up, like, how and why he did it again. You know what I mean? There was no excuse. There was nothing to support why he needed to do it again. And like everybody says, like the first time is a mistake or whatever, the second time is a choice. You know, and that just says a lot about him, especially considering that Conrad, he's been in love with her like all that time. Obviously, Jeremiah didn't do it because he didn't love her anymore and like whatever. He was still in love with her. He just couldn't handle the emotions. Conrad has been at that for like years now, and he hasn't even like talked to another girl with romantic intent, you know what I mean? So that just, it shows so much. And I see people turning to Conrad's side now, and it's a little disappointing because I saw a comment and it's like, Conrad's all happy now and he's just got this great emotion. I'm like, you're team Conrad now because you're seeing the best parts of him. You couldn't handle his emotions when he, you know, was dealing with his mom's cancer on his own and his dad cheating on his mom. He was dealing that all on his own, and obviously we didn't know at the time, but you couldn't handle that he wasn't as bubbly as Jeremiah was all the time. He was going through something, and now that he's like moving on and he's being his better self now and he has a great life going, that's when people are team Conrad. And that's not what it's supposed to be. You're supposed to be there with someone and for someone no matter what they're going through. And that's not really like relevant to the storyline. It's more about like team Conrad versus Jeremiah fans that I've just been aware of, but that's just what I see. Also, I love the Jenny Han like Easter eggs that connect to All the Boys I Loved Before, where you can see them, whoever like they're laying on the floor next to, that's the one. But also, you know, we have the song with Belly and Conrad. It's like loving him was red and like losing him was blue, and you can see she wears a lot of blue around Jeremiah and a lot of red at Conrad. She's very, very smart for what she's doing, Jenny Han, and it just makes the show that much more fun to watch and engaging. And it's almost like I'm watching Taylor Swift in another form. Like it's not Easter eggs regarding when a song's getting released or an album or like I'm listening to it. It's like I'm watching Taylor Swift Easter eggs happen. It's really cool. But that's what I think of the show. I have gotten so much more appreciation for the show this season. I forgot how emotionally deep it is of a show, and I just love it. But yeah, that's it for today's episode. I'm sorry that, once again, it's ending abruptly. I'm trying to still figure out this whole timing situation, like, trying to get into the details of my topic without, like, having to rush at the end, because now we've got this, like, extra voice recording, whatever. But that's it. That's all for today. Let me know your comments or opinions in the comments about, like, what you think about what I talked about today and things I should talk about in the future. But other than that, have a wonderful day.